Good morning, welcome to the Mahwah Public Library. My name is Joan, I'm your yoga instructor today. We're doing our chair yoga class together, whether we're in person or online. So I'm going to give you a couple of options today. You can start with 2 chairs or you can start with 1. We want to begin to elevate the legs so we can take the weight out of the legs and also help bring some blood circulation down to the belly and to the heart. So your option, if you choose to use a second chair, would be just to elevate your legs like so, trying to get your calf muscles on the chair. So some of you are a little too far away, so you may have to pull the chair in a little bit. Otherwise, your other option would be to do legs up the wall, but we don't have a wall, so we're going to do legs up the chair. So you would sit as close to the chair as you can and elevate your legs and relax your arms out into a letter T, and then lift and tuck the lumbar spine and just breathe right here. So as you breathe, so my feet will rest gently into the back of the chair. I'm going to allow my body to rest, lift and tuck, so my chin gets a little bit, maybe without tucking it too far, just in a neutral position, releasing through the length of the neck and softening your shoulders. And imagining a place in nature that you love. And just releasing through the whole back body. Now you're going to take your thumb and you're going to touch your ring finger and soften your arms. Now if it's too much for your arms to be straight out, please feel free to level them a little lower, slide them or glide them a little lower. And as you press your thumb into the tip of your ring finger, you're tapping into the lung modality, but you're also tapping into that sensation of grounding. And as you rest right here and you feel, you're going to feel the pressure of gravity pressing down into the front of the body, you take 3 cleansing breaths. And you find the rhythm of the breath so that every time you take a breath, maybe something softens and slows down. And then as you do this, notice any spot that feels uncomfortable. And use the breath to release any tightness or tension if you need to shift a little bit until you feel maybe your hips and your shoulders are a little more level. That's what you do. And really relaxing the jaw. So if your feet are tight, your pelvic girdle, your pelvic floor are probably tight, your shoulders are tight, your jaw is tight, your head can feel tight. So if we can release and elevate the legs and allow blood flow to come down into the torso, we can better help support heart and digestion function. Now touch your thumb to your middle finger. This connects to the heart. And it also taps into patience. And so it takes patience to calm down and relax. It's easier to move than to pause. And as you release something that's tight, you may have to shift your shoulders, tuck your lumbar spine, maybe move your head a little bit, just a little bit, until you see how that feels and come to neutral. Notice where your tongue is resting in your mouth so that you're not pressing the tongue into the lower teeth, but releasing it so you're gently lifting the tongue behind the 2 front teeth and softening the jaw. Breathe. And where, as you pause here in a reflection, where do you need locations in your world, in your life, in your body. And then touch your thumb to your index finger, and this taps into digestion in the full length of the torso. So as you inhale here, it also taps into air or your breath. So we inhale and feel the whole length of the breath all the way down to the base of the belly. And then you exhale and you contract, and maybe the hips will tuck back down into the spine. Inhale, and you get a gentle pelvic tilt and it rolls up. And then you release and tuck it back down. Inhale. And exhale. And paying attention to how this feels within the jaw. Don't let the jaw start clenching. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, let it go. You can blow it out through the mouth or through the nose, and you pause after you've done at least 3, and notice now how you feel. And now touch your thumb to your pinky fingers, and whatever went on in your world this week, anything that engaged emotions, good, bad, or indifferent, you want to say to yourself, I am letting go of anything that filled your mind or preoccupied your thoughts or made you feel distracted or out of place. We've had a lot of bizarre weather. We've had a lot of intense weather. The news isn't great. Maybe stuff is going on in your world. So you've made this time to pause. And so now this right here connects into water, the fluids of the body, the water of the earth. And it also taps into releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you. So as you breathe in and you breathe out, see if you can identify something you would like to release. And as you breathe in, take a big breath. See if you can feel the breath all the way down at the base of the belly, and then you exhale and you sink a little more into your mat, feeling the firmness of the floor. And do 2 more breaths at your own rate. Relaxing the space around the eyes and slowing down any busyness of the mind. Releasing any spots that feel tense or tight or restricted. And then just release your fingers with your fingers. Bring your hands, so if you're sitting in the chair, your hands will come straight out in front of you. If you're reclining on the floor, your hands come straight up to the ceiling. And now you're just going to rock gently from side to side. And as you rock gently from side to side, sink the shoulders down and away from the ears. Feel the space between the shoulders, back, body, thoracic spine gets a little release. Good, and then we're going to inhale, lift it straight up, and exhale, float the arms open, take a breath, see if you have some more space. Breathe. Now, I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to bring it straight up and I'm going to roll, just a little roll, so you can do it in the chair. Straight in front, stretch it straight out, and then roll it back. And then right arm rolls up, and then you use that. So your hands and arms are parallel, and you're going to feel this little side stretch. Take a breath, and your head and neck go with the flow of this. You don't overstretch here. We'll do 1 more on each side. So we roll up and over, and see how you feel up and underneath the shoulders, and then come back to center. And then lift the opposite arm and see how that feels, getting a little gentle twist here, releasing anything that's tight. And now pause. Slide your arms, and if you can, in the chair, if you're on the floor, you can lift your legs a little bit.
Go into a full body stretch. Take a big stretch right here. Oh, big sigh, big yawn. Good. And then release the legs. Now, if you're in the chair, you're going to bring one leg in and hold it straight into the chest. If you're on the floor, you're going to bring it right here. If you're comfortable, you can leave that leg right on the chair, or you can elevate to the floor. And you're just going to breathe here. Sink the shoulders down, point and flex the feet, and get some movement. So, good blood flow and functioning, especially in the legs and in the calf muscles, has a direct correlation to maintaining optimal brain health. So, elevating your legs, flexing your feet, doing squats, very powerful for your brain health. And then you release, so your leg can again rest on the chair with your opposite knee into the chest, or you can elevate your leg so you do decide what you need and you point and flex here. So remember, the calf muscles require a lot of blood, as does the heart. So our goal is to maintain a practice where we can balance what we need within our bodies, minds, hearts, and spirit. Bring your feet. Now, if you're sitting in the chair, you're just going to bring your feet to the edge of the chair. If I'm reclining on the chair, I'm bringing it to the outside edges of the chair, and my hands rest right on the ribs, and I just rock. It's a small little rocking motion here. And again, now pay attention to the jaw. Relax the throat. Lengthen through the spine. Keep the breath moving. Notice something that may need to shift. And you're just gently rocking, bringing that little rocking motion now into the middle of the back, the lumbar spine. The tailbone is lifted, so you're massaging out a little bit into the lower back, and you take a breath. Now, if you choose, you're going to roll, and roll your head to the left as the knees go to the right. And then head and knees come to center, and you roll the opposite side. And you notice that shoulder-hip diagonal connection here. And you just notice how it feels. So one side may not necessarily feel the same. As I roll my legs to the right, my left shoulder stays down on the mat, and then my head and knees come to center as I switch left with the knees, right gently with the chin toward the shoulder, and I notice the difference here. This side is a little softer than when I started. We'll do one more on each side and see. Remember, the spine moves in its 6 directions, so we want to activate that diagonal direction, giving ourselves ultimate flexibility as you roll the opposite way. And then again, so you elevate your legs, just bringing them back to the chair in whatever position you've chosen. This time, however, I'm going to bring my arms into cactus arms. If that does not work for me, then you just let your hands rest right on your ribs. So if you're having a shoulder issue, be mindful of what it is you need for yourself. Now we're going to bring the hands in, and I tuck the lumbar spine into the mat. My tailbone, sacral spine will lift a little bit. And then when I release the arms out to the side, you get a little tilt in the pelvic girdle. So you're going to use the back of the chair if you're sitting in the chair, elbows in, and you open and close the gate. So we're opening and closing, releasing through the shoulders, opening through the heart. Relaxing the jaw, bringing the breath in and out of the body. Noticing like you want to feel like you're pushing against the air so that your intention is to create a release. Opening and pushing in to the center and exhale. And then when you come back out, you just rest. And notice how that feels. And now I'm gonna bring my hands right back down to the floor. Take a breath here. Lift and tuck the shoulders underneath. And breathe. Inhale, hands come straight up to the sky. And then exhale, and you release the breath as the hands come back. Now your goal is to get your arms so that your wrists are not floating in the air. So if this is not possible, bend the elbows until your arms are in any position that's good for you. You can bring it to a Y, you can bring it to cactus arms, you can bring it back out to the letter T. You can extend them straight. Breathe. Inhale, lift up, back up until the fingertips are in line with the ceiling, and then you exhale, and you're creating a little bit of resistance so the hands are not floppy. And you're slowly releasing the breath, and you're noticing the difference between the inhale and the exhale. So take a count, inhale, and see how long it takes for you to fill yourself up with air until your fingertips are to the ceiling, and then how many exhales does it take? Now you might find the exhales longer than the inhale. And then inhale, last one, all the way up to the ceiling, tucking that lumbar spine into the mat, and then you exhale and you release. Now, your option could be, and if you don't want to, you stay here. I'm just going to bring my knees out to the side, soles of the feet touch, opening right into the center of the legs. So my arms can now be capital letter A. I can bring my hands to my ribs. I can slide my hands underneath my head with my elbows out. I can stay right here. I can begin to rock my legs. So I get this sensation as I'm again tucking my lumbar spine into the back of the chair or into the mat, relaxing the jaw, rocking from side to side. But remember now, the upper body is in stillness, and you're creating this sensation like it's a little boat. You're rocking, but you're balanced. You're not tipping out. It's breathing and moving, but at the same time resting in your upper body in stillness. And then you pause and release the legs again and release the arms to whatever is comfortable for you, and you breathe. Now, I'm going to bring my hands parallel, palms down, and now I'm going to roll the palms out so the thumbs touch, fingers, nails are touching, and then you roll back in so the tips of the fingers. Now as I do this, I'm going to roll and slide. Roll and slide and roll and slide and roll until I come back straight out, and then pause here, sink the shoulders, and then roll it back down. Slide and glide, opening up through the shoulder capsule until I come back down to where my hands are again parallel to the body. Take a breath. Inhale, lift that right arm up. Exhale, open out to the side. Inhale, bend at the elbow, bring that arm up and over and let the shoulder rest. Take a breath, exhale, glide the arm out and slide it. When you come straight from the shoulder, roll the palm, glide it right back down to the side body, opposite side. So I slide palm down, straight out from the shoulder. When I get to the shoulder, I roll the palm up. I glide that arm along the floor until I create a letter C, fingertips over my head, any height that's comfortable for you, and you breathe. And then you slide that arm, palm up until you come right in line with the shoulder, roll the palm down, glide it right back to where you started, and you pause. both arms. So I slide both arms out, straight out, roll up, bring the arms together. So now it looks like the letter O, and you soften the shoulders. Fingernails do not have to touch. Notice what it does to the lumbar spine. Open up the arms. We glide them straight out to the shoulder level. Roll the palms down and glide right back. And you pause. Good. Bring the elbows out to the side, hands to the ribs, take a breath. Bring your feet back to the edge of the mat because now we have to move a little bit. And we're going to transition back into the chair. So if you've been on the floor, you're going to come out of this. And as you rock right here, notice how you feel. Now, if you're on the floor, you're going to roll. So I'm going to roll to my right side. Be mindful of the props that are around you. I'm going to use my arm that's closest to the floor to bring myself so like I have a support underneath my head and neck. It almost looks as if I'm sitting in a chair, and I pause here for a moment. And I allow my body to kind of connect the top shoulder to the bottom. My hands are teepeed here, and I breathe, and my feet are stacked. If I'm in a chair, I'm just going to bring my feet to the floor or to the blocks. And then when I'm ready, I slowly, so I'm going to take the top leg and slide it so that I can prop myself up, roll that arm, and bring myself slowly and gently up. Be mindful of the props that are around you. We've been on the floor for a while, so you want to sit for a minute. Now I'm going, since my chair is to my left, I'm going to roll. I'm going to bring my legs to the left. I'm going to take my top arm, I'm going to roll it to the floor until I come into my table. And I breathe. Now, I want to, if I need a chair to support me, I can roll myself around gently. Bring my hands to the chair so I can step forward and step up, if you need that. And then you just sit. So as you bring yourself back to the chair, and you bring your feet back to your blocks, and you sit for a moment, hands grounded into your lap, feel your posture. Notice how your back body meets the chair. Maybe you feel longer. And you breathe. Slide your hands right to the knees. Now you may need to give yourself a little space. We're going to go right into our dog and cat. Elbows are in, shoulders are down. You curl back into the back body. Inhale, and you move gently like a wave. And you exhale and release. So you want to give your spine an opportunity to create a little more space between the vertebrae. Exhale. As you curl back, inhale as you lift up. Exhale and you curl back. Inhale. Now, you can keep it right here. If you want more, you can create a little more space between your feet. Curl back, so you may have to give yourself some space behind you and roll it up a little more. So you make this the expression of the pose that you need for yourself. And remember, you're moving the whole spine, so you don't want to throw your head too far back or too far forward. You want to keep that cervical spine as a connection to the whole length from the tailbone all the way up to the base of the head.
and the jaw's relaxed. And again, it's that sensation of moving like a wave. Your body is moving up with the breath. And you're exhaling, you're curling, and when you come back this time, just pause and extend yourself one vertebra at a time until the head comes up last. Tiny circle, roll around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you come to the back of the circle, you pause and you reverse your circle. 1. So we want to stir the pot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now lift and rock. So I lift a foot and I lift a hip and I make that connection between my feet, my hips, and my shoulders, and relax the jaw. And soften through the throat. And then when you come back to center, you pause here. Release your arms down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist to the right. Look to the side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, don't lean. There's no leaning. So now wait, watch. When you're lifting up, you're lifting yourself up so that you can fill yourself up with light and space, and you're softening, and it's effortless. When you lean, this is a different move. This is called, I don't really want to keep it. Let me dump it and give it to somebody else. You don't want that. What you want to do is gather to yourself what you need, rotate around the waist, let go of what doesn't serve you. So when you fill yourself up, just like when you're on a plane and in an emergency, they always say, put your oxygen mask on first. So you're taking care of yourself first, and then you're letting something go. And you're inhaling and you're lifting up. And you're and it's this sensation almost of moving through molasses. You're inhaling and you're lifting up, and you're exhaling and you're letting go. Now when you inhale and you lift up this time, gentle back bend, forward fold, fingernails are pointing toward the floor. Inhale, pull up. Gently, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, pull up some energy here. Exhale, let it go. So this is your practice. You want to take care of yourself from the inside out. One more. Inhale, lift up. Now when I lift up, right arm down, left arm over, I look underneath. So now I'm going to open up the side body. Feeling flexible and strong. Tapping into mobility and balance. Now your belly is supporting you with your back muscles, so you don't want to lose that connection here. One more. Opposite side. Both arms up, fingertips touch, relax the shoulders. Now you can keep it here, you can bring your palms together. You're gonna rock to the right, look under that left arm, and back and forth. You're going with the flow in the river of your life today. Now, if it's too much for your arms to be above your head, then you bring it right to the heart. You're honoring where you are in your body today. Big breath, inhale. Now I'm gonna rotate the palms, fingernails come together. I can keep it right here into the lap, or I can bring it all the way up and bring it all the way down to the bottoms of the feet. So we want to gather all the things we need to fill up our bowl of abundance. And we bring it down and we inhale and we lift up with the breath. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Fill yourself up. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And one more, and inhale, palms together. Create this sensation straight down through center until you come right back to the heart. Palms are pressing in. Elbows are out to the side. We want to bloom and grow. So the elbows come in and we lift up. Exhale, press chin to the chest. Release through the neck, the jaw, even out the right and the left shoulders. Pressing so that you feel centered and aligned and balanced. And inhale, lift up. Now, when I lift up, my options can be to release my shoulders a little bit so that I open here. It is not this. Grounding your shoulders and opening up, that's going to open up, and you're going to notice maybe bring your hands down to your chest. It may engage the jaw. So you lift up as high as is comfortable for you. The higher you go, the more you're going to feel it. Your belly has to tuck back, open the shoulders, exhale. So if you find that you're struggling, back it off. Inhale, lift up, open. Exhale, bring it down. One more, inhale, lift up and open. Exhale, bring it down. Release the arms around, the legs flatten the back, let the head be an extension of the spine, get a nice big lengthening here. And breathe. Good. Tuck the chin, curl back from the bottom of the spine. Bring your arms with you until they come out into goddess pose. Your arms looking to the right and to the left, or right in with your shoulders. We inhale, and you pull down what you need today. Courage, peace, patience, opportunity, healing. Pull down with intention, squeeze the shoulders on the back. Inhale, exhale, in and out, and in and out, and in and out. Now come here, bring your arms out to the side, roll your hands. One palm up and the other down, and alternate. So you're wringing out all that's across the shoulder blades. Pause. Now we're going to come all the way around as if we're going to hug a tree, and bring your arms around. And bring to yourself the gift of being centered, balanced, calm, relaxed, so you can rest and digest as you rock slowly and gently into the back of the chair. Good. Inhale, lift the elbows, open the heart. Now you can keep it right here. Or you can lift up, lean back as big as you want. Exhale, roll toward the floor as big as you want. Spread it out and lift it up. Exhale, let the breath go. So you make it what you need for yourself. Inhale, lift up. One more. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift up, open up. Imagine that you're grabbing some beautiful fruit from the top of a tree. And then you come right to the front, right by the shoulders. And then toward the toes. You don't have to necessarily touch them. You can keep it where you need it to be. Good. Sweep the hands, big breath, right back out. Now, think about which arm you crossed. So when we went from here, we come all the way around. Opposite arm comes in. I think I was this way. And now as you breathe here and you rock, if you're on the opposite side, you don't know which side you are, sit back up. Lean back into the chair. Use that back of the chair to ease that space between your shoulder blades. And now we open the heart. And again, you lift up, and you can make it right here and neutral. You can lift it up, lean back, roll toward the floor as big as you want. You make it the expression that you need for yourself. Opening the spine, the heart, the lungs, the breath, your intentions. Relaxing the jaw, softening the eyes. One more. you bring it down. And again, when you come all the way up, big breath, reach it out. And then to the front, a little cross over here, and then toward the feet, any amount. Sweep the hands, big breath, all the way up. Hands come straight down, hands to the knees. Now, this is calming the heart. So left shoulder rolls. It's not gonna roll in. It's just gonna be nice and level as you roll. And you're just asking the heart to be calm and relaxed in all things. In and up, and out and down. And in and up, and out. And you're calm and you're relaxed and you're at ease and you're balanced and you're supported and you're grounded. Now, you can keep it right here, but your other option would be to roll the shoulder a little deeper. That's going to change the stretch through the ribs and underneath the shoulder blade into the shoulder capsule. You breathe here. And then the next time, only if you choose, I'm gonna roll to the left, big breath as I scoop all the way around, and then inhale and you lift up. Exhale, roll and come back. So the point of your triangle is your tailbone and your shoulders are the base and you're rolling around. One more on each side, so one more to the right. If you're on the opposite side, it doesn't matter. One more to the left. And then roll it around. Small or medium or large, you pick the circle you want. Do at least 3. And then when you're ready, you reverse the circle at your own pace. Your eyes can be open or closed. Be mindful of where your chin is in space. And then pause and just rock a little bit from side to side. Now, bring the feet together. Lift your legs. Let's activate those by kicking them out a little bit, kicking like you're swimming in a pool, sitting back. Remember, engaging that belly. Heel kick, toe kick, heel kick, toe kick, heel kick, toe kick. Good, bring your feet, tap, tap, tap. Innervate those nerve endings. Shake it out. Bring it up, bring it out, and bring it down. And again. And then when you bring it right back down and you pause, notice all sensations. Now, your option can be, you can leave your palms in your lap if there's something you feel you still need to receive or some awareness you would like to tap into. You can bring your hands to your lap, palms down if you feel the need to ground. You're too much in your head, so you want to ground down. You connect to your heart, to your belly, so that you process and release and let go. You can come forward if you have a lot more going on in your head that you need to release extraneous thoughts. You can choose that. You can choose to sit however you like. I brought with me today my ocean drum. So as you sit where you're resting in your chair in your Shavasana today, if you can comfortably close your eyes, visualize a place at the ocean, a spot that you love. And as you, that's gonna throw the mic off. As you breathe in and you breathe out, you're just gonna listen. as you breathe in and you breathe out, just pay attention to any sensations that you've noticed. Going with the flow of the breath, the flow of the movements of the body, the flow of the sound of the ocean drum. As you breathe in and you breathe out, ask yourself to go with the flow of the current of whatever is going on in your life with ease. And then bringing your hands right to your knees, just a small circle. I'm breathing in and I am breathing out. I am moving around center. Nothing can knock me down. When you come to the back of this rotation, you pause and you go the other way. And as you roll the opposite way, I am calm, I am relaxed, I am at ease. I am rooted, I am grounded, I am balanced, I am awake and I am aware. And as I bring myself now back to center, and you pause right here. Bring one hand to your heart and the other to the belly, and just say to yourself, today I am grateful for the gift of my life in this day, so that as I move forward into whatever unfolds in this day, I am awake and I'm aware. I am paying attention to the nuances of this day so I don't miss anything I am supposed to see, hear, feel, notice, taste, explore, welcome in, or let go of. And as I breathe in, and now you sweep the hands, and I gather to myself the gift of, and pull in all that you need, so that it comes to you in an effortless manner. You let go of the struggle and the challenges, and you pause and you notice how your practice enhances the gift of your life. And as you bring your hands down one more time, we seal the practice as we come all the way around. Inhale, lift up, palms together. Exhale, feeling the sensation of connection, focus, balance, and alignment into a mind that is calm and reflective, a heart that is peace-filled and relaxed, a body that is strong and warm and flexible and balanced. So no matter where I go, no matter what I do, I know that I am always home within myself. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming out. Feel good. Don't forget to hydrate, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.